Welcome to another episode of the Nation Pod Talk. Today, we have an extraordinary guest joining us all the way from Italy, a talented cricketer and a powerful hard-hitting batsman, Gianpiero Mead. And guiding us through this exciting conversation is none other than our incredible host, Suresh Rajan Iyer. Stay tuned as we explore Gianpiero's journey, the growth of cricket in Italy, and some fascinating stories from the pitch. Let's dive in.
Hello viewers, this is Suresh Rajan Iyer from Pod Talk C Nation channel, and as usual we bring on a lot of sports persons, budding sports persons, celeb sports persons, and talk about their success, glories and struggles and challenges and all those whatnot. We are lucky to have a lot of sports persons from different walks of life, like cricket, football, rugby, javelin throw, and so many women and as well as men sports person do come, and then we discuss their stories. So this time we are lucky to have JP from Italian cricket team, who is playing cricket since last 5-6 years, and he has represented a couple of European tournaments, and as a captain I think he hit the first 50 in his short span of 5 years. Let us welcome on the board. Welcome JP on the board.
Cheers, bud. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Fantastic.
It's good to connect with different people and different backgrounds as well.
Correct. Fantastically. You have a multi-country taste of this one. Born in South Africa and grew up in England and then in Italy. So, how did you pick up the sport of cricket? Like Italians are known for soccer and football.
Yeah. So I played football and cricket when I was back home from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandparents from my mother's side always wanted me to play football.
Uh-huh.
And then it was actually my dad's dad, so my grandfather, that got us into cricket, and he taught me quite a lot. He always used to take us to training when my parents were at work. So a lot of it is like through him. And it just kind of grew from there. So I started playing when I was about 6. Like I said, from about 6 years old, and then I kind of pushed football aside and I just focused on the cricket. And look where it's taken me.
That's right. Your grandfather forced you to kick the football out of your life and then take the cricket bat in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Very different skills, but now I've enjoyed the process, and looking forward to what's still to come.
Right. So, in the Italian cricket team, all are from the original country, or all are from different country? They come together.
So there's a lot of boys based in Italy that have lived here for 5, 6, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the guys in the national side now are from outside of Italy. So a lot of us have either Italian parents, Italian grandparents. So we all qualify in that sense. So there's a few boys from Australia, South Africa, England. And like myself from South Africa. So it's definitely a big thing that we're trying to promote cricket in Italy. And there's a lot happening behind the scenes to do that as well. So it's definitely growing. So we can hopefully in the future get Italian-based players.
Yeah, definitely. I think you played under the first captain. He's Munav Singh something. What's his name actually? The first captain you played under, 2019 or 20?
First one was actually Damien Crowley.
No.
Yeah, so Damien Crowley, he lives in the Netherlands now, but he was the first captain I played under. Yeah.
I think you have played under 5 or 6 captains in the 5 seasons.
Yeah, there's been a few.
You only.
Yeah, there's been a few. It's definitely taking a different route now with captaincy wise, and obviously newly appointed captains for the different formats, it's good because it creates a different environment in the sense of different perspective on what they want and what they can see, from games and experience coming in. But no, there's definitely been a variety of captains for sure.
Right. So then basically you're a batsman specifically only prolific batter or combined with bowling also?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a funny one in the sense of I started my like international stuff with as being an all-rounder.
Uh-huh.
So batting all-rounder, and then over the years, like it's kind of been the same thing until most recently, where we're kind of like looking for wicket keepers, and I mentioned that I kept in South Africa for a little bit. So I think only for the past 2 years now has it been like a new role for me. So now I'm currently the team's wicket keeper batter.
Wow.
So it's definitely a different challenge, but definitely one that I really want to make my own, and one that's it's difficult. Don't get me wrong, especially when you're out in the field, you've got no gloves on, and then your technique changes completely when you're behind the stumps. But it's definitely one that I want to make my own, and I want to create something for my team, as a wicketkeeper batter. So yeah, things have changed a little bit, but it's looking good.
That's a fantastic transformation from an all-rounder to a wicketkeeper batsman.
Yeah,
It's a fantastic,
Right.
going full circle there. But
Yeah,
it's true that wicketkeeper sees the game very closely and very clearly.
yeah, 100%. And I
Wicketkeeper's,
think
opinion is taken first to decision making.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's created a lot of like visuals in the sense of, obviously, like you said, you've got to be on it all the time, and I'm still learning, but obviously like helping setting the field, changing different angles, and the big thing I think is just setting the tone. I think you've got to create the tone on the field, and from there everyone can bounce off of you. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's definitely a different challenge, but one that I'm definitely up for.
Correct. So, what is your, any role model like wicketkeeper? I want to be like that, or anybody in your mind?
Um, so I've always looked up at all-rounders. So my all-rounders would probably be Paul Collingwood and Jacques Kallis
Your college.
that I've always looked up to. I always looked up to them. But then obviously moving like aside, I'd probably think it's a tough one. There's so many wicket keepers that are really good out there. Do you know what I mean? But I'll probably stick to like the little bit of the South African roots and say Mark Boucher. Mark Boucher when he took the gloves. There's so many, but I think from growing up, I've always had all-rounders. So I probably need to look for another one. But then hopefully, someday I can be a role model for the youngsters in Italy, with a change. So
Right. Now, you must have played so many tournaments in Europe. You must have gone through a lot of, like some memorable innings. You have a couple of 50s in your name. Which
Yeah.
is the most, like memorable innings you have played against which country?
Oh, to be fair, when I made my debut in 2019, I didn't know what to expect. And obviously playing at this level, I thought, it might be just a little bit better than club cricket, because obviously no one really hears about Italian cricket. But I think we had our first game was against Denmark.
Denmark, yeah.
I didn't get many there, but then we played Jersey, I think the day after or 2 days later, and I got 50 odd. But it was just a very comfortable innings, and I thought, wow, I can actually play at this level. But then also, I think, like you brought it up, when I captained, I think it was Croatia. Was it Croatia that I made that 50? I think I got it off 21, 22 balls. And also we had a very like mixed team at that time, with new players coming in. So it was really nice to meet the new guys, and obviously guys that are actually currently in the team. And I've made really good friends, and I think they've just taught me loads as well. So I think that Croatia game was really good. There's been a lot. There's also been somewhere I've chipped in, with some runs. Like in Malaysia last year, I think I got 15, 20 odd. But I think there's one that stands out. We were at qualifiers, I think last year, World Cup qualifiers last year, where we played Ireland, sorry.
Right.
And I think top scored with 25. Unfortunately, we lost that game by 7 runs, which I think it haunts the team to this day, because that would have helped us qualify for the World Cup.
Correct.
And I think just playing against Ireland and seeing what level they are actually at, obviously being a test nation as well, I think that innings really stands out quite a lot. Yes, I've got the 50s, but that innings, because I think everyone brought something to that game as well. So it's definitely a team effort. So yeah, I think that one stands out for me quite a bit.
Fantastic. And you made that 50, I think, when you were captain of the team, I think.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. It was first game as captain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. It's good. It's definitely in the memory bank.
Fantastic. Now, any regrettable moments as a wicketkeeper or as a batsman? You were always on the verge of winning the game, but something happened and then you did not.
I think it's hard to say initially as a keeper, but being a keeper is so difficult. I think you've got to be on it so much that any little miss or any little fumble, it almost becomes a little like a regrettable moment. So I think that's just one thing that I need to tweak in my game, and obviously be on it from ball one. But like I said, it's very difficult. But with the batting, I think a regrettable moment was probably that one against Ireland, where we had just lost a wicket. And I think Harry was trying to sweep constantly. And I know we spoke about it afterwards, and I probably should have gone and spoke to him. But bar aside Harry's wicket, because I mean, he batted fantastic. I think I got out 2 balls later, trying to hit it over extra cover. I think there, like the position that I was in, I probably should have just stayed in and just tried and carry the team through, because we still had batting to come. So yeah, I think that's one that plays on my mind quite a bit. But yeah, I think there'll be more. I think there'll be
many more instances where you can tell people that this is the most unforgettable moment for me. Tell me one thing, you have played under 4 or 5 captains. If you grade them, how do you grade them as a captain, including you?
I was hoping though I wasn't going to get asked this. It's so difficult because everyone's different. I think what the nice thing is obviously every captain has their own style. Obviously I've played under Gareth quite a lot now, being captain coach, and I've learned so much from him. Obviously with him standing in the slip cordons, there's constant verbal chat, and I think he's probably one of the top just because I played under him for so long. But yeah, like I said, everyone's different, and we've got 2 new captains now as well. So it's interesting, and it's something that we're looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to on what's to come.
Now, what is your as a sports person? So you must be having some schedule, day-to-day schedule. How do you go about it?
So we've just recently had a strength and conditioning coach put in with us. So we train 5-6 times a week with like gym and fitness. So obviously now I can't, it's hard to hit balls because obviously it's snowing outside. So with it being cold and that, and I don't have my kid with me, so now it's just gym. So I gym every second day, and I'll run every second day. So my Monday will be a gym session, Tuesday run, Wednesday gym, Thursday run, Friday gym, Saturday run. So everything's tailored to us. So mine will be more like lower body dominant with the keeping, and obviously I'm squatting down for 50 overs on the bounce. Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely not easy, but I think it's definitely had like its positives, and I think it's continuing to get positive and a lot better for myself and my fitness. It's definitely making me eat a lot more, I can tell you that much. So it's hard going, but it's definitely it's a good routine. So not more than 2-3 hours a day, and then I have the rest of my day just to do what I need to, and then if I am hitting balls, I'll go and hit balls and catch balls.
That's right. So do you what is your opinion about the current captain?
Which one, 50 over or T20?
you're in both the teams?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. So
fantastic. You can tell more about
yes,
the both. Tell about the both.
yes, I'm in both.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Campo Marcus, which I'm sure you spoke to him the other day. He's new on it, and I know he's obviously had captaining background before with Italy. I know he captained in a few T20s. Like I said, he's still new, but I think we all backing him. You know, he's got a lot to learn. Like, he's got his own way of doing things, and I think the way he's trying to do things and trying to move the teams forward, I think is very good. And I think a lot of the guys are getting on board with that. His being new to the role, I think it has its challenges, and I think the challenges that he's come up against already, he's actually shown that he's capable of doing this role. And you know what, we all back him, and I back him, so I'm looking forward to see him grow into it. For the T20 stuff, because obviously Burnsy's been now like appointed as captain for the T20s, it'll be good. I think it'll be a nice look into how he goes about T20 cricket. And obviously we all know who Joe Burns is, you know what I mean. He's played at the highest peak level test match cricket for Australia, so it's good to have him on board and to see what he brings.
Fantastic. Both are having a different perspective of the game altogether.
Yeah, very, which makes it good, but also it brings different avenues into the game, and also, you know, it can only benefit us.
Right. Now, you as a cricketer, you have taken up the cricket, you know, though you're from South Africa and all those things, but Italy being the, you know, predominantly the football-loving country, do you have any other sports you play with, or only you're based on cricket only?
No, so I'm quite sporty in the sense I played like a little bit of like what's called T-ball when I was younger, so it's like kind of form of baseball, football obviously, and then I played hockey.
Okay.
To quite a good standard in South Africa. So I played like with the cricket and the hockey for school level. I played at like provincial level.
Okay.
And I still play a little bit now just to keep my fitness up as well.
Fantastic. When you have played hockey, that means your strokes must be good in cricket also.
Well, I'd hope so. I think I need to find something just so that I start scoring a little bit more runs, not just start getting starts. But no, it definitely helps with different shots, which is good, and helps with the hand-eye coordination.
Right. Now, in Europe country, a lot of, you know, tournaments do happen there, you know, like European Championship, or it's, you know, coming up various tournaments there. So, is there any tournament coming up for you in the coming time, or are you waiting for any big events to happen?
So currently, no. There was supposed to be one in Spain, I think, but I haven't played any of those T10 tournaments. It's very difficult for me as well because I'm also studying. So to get the time off university for those is very difficult, where I'd rather prioritize my time for Italy. But we've got tournament coming up in end of January in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, okay.
Yeah, which I'm sure Uganda's in there as well. So that'll be good. So that's the second leg now. And then qualifiers in May, June, or June, July.
Fantastic. So you see yourself appearing in the next edition of the World Cup, which is coming up in 28 from Europe?
I'll tell you what, hey, you mentioned that and I'm getting goosebumps. I think because of the last time we were so close, I think that we've got a little bit of a different team, and new players coming in and players with experience, and I think we've got a really good chance. We've got a really good chance at this next qualifiers, and I think the plans put in place to get there is really good. I'm gonna say I'd love to be at the next World Cup, but there's things first that are coming up that we've got to focus on, and then obviously from there we'll get to that. So obviously there's qualifiers coming up first, so I think that's the main thing, is do well at the qualifiers, and obviously if you do well, then you get a flight to the next World Cup, don't we? So that's definitely the goal. I know the boys have that in mind, and the boys are working towards that, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Right.
Looking forward to the challenges.
Right. So you have played so many teams, in your career span of 5 to 6 years. I was going through the teams. You must have played 10, 15 teams already in Europe. You take up Spain,
Yeah.
you take up Ireland, you take up Denmark, and you lot of the teams you have played. According to you, which is the very difficult team to play? Where you find you're in a sticky situation and you're difficult to come out.
Um, I'm gonna say Jersey only because it's a massive rivalry between Jersey and Italy.
Okay.
And it's been like that for quite a while. Don't get me wrong, we love playing Jersey, and I think there's always a battle on the field. And I think those games against them are always difficult, no matter what, because they're such a good side, such a well-knit side. And but obviously, like you said, I've played loads of teams. But I think the one that's always a big challenge, just on and off the field, is Jersey. But then when we had the qualifiers again, Scotland were obviously really good. Ireland were good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say Jersey.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, is there any chances of question is coming up is 2026 India Sri Lanka T20 World Championship or the 28 the ODI World Championship? Any of your team you see there?
In what sense?
For appearance, for playing the tournament.
Yeah, so obviously there's 2026 and 2027
Yeah.
World Cups, obviously T20 and 50. Well, now we're in the process of trying to qualify for that 50 over stuff, and we've got a good chance, Obviously there's 2 tournaments, and then from those tournaments you go up into another group. So, but I think the main thing for us is obviously this first one, which will be the T20 stuff. And we've got like I said before, we've got a really good opportunity for this T20 World Cup. It's just about delivering when it counts, and like I said, the boys are putting in the hard work. So yeah, the goal's there. Obviously all our focus is there, but everything happens, beforehand and behind the scenes.
Right. Any favorite player from any country you have as a wicketkeeper, batsman, or any cricketer?
I'll tell you what, lately I've been watching a lot of Scott Edwards from the Netherlands. Just obviously with the keeping and trying to pick up tips from him. So like I say, he's been scoring loads of runs, and just seeing how he goes about batting and how he goes about his innings. It's also difficult because I'm playing at a different role, in the sense I bat lower down. So I've almost got to come in and finish games or really go from ball one. So I think I'm just looking around at just like picking up players on how they strike and at what stage they strike. So yeah, I mean, I could name a few, but I think cricket at the minute, anyone can do that in the sense of the big guys. Do you know what I mean? So it's just seeing about how they go about it and the process that they go about it.
Right. So anybody from the Indian team you?
Oh, I mean, he's left-handed, but Rishabh Pant's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah. Rishabh Pant is, I think, most favorable and likable player from all over the world, I believe.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say, obviously with like the ongoing cricket now, I really like the look of Alex Carey.
Alex Carey.
Yeah, Alex Carey is really good. I think he plays a similar role to what I'm like trying to do. So I'll be looking at a lot of his stuff and how he goes about things and different setups he has with the keeping, obviously standing up to the stumps, standing back, and even his ball striking, like how he comes in, how he looks at the game. Yeah.
That's so nice. Now, tell me one thing, are you only a sports person, or you are also employed or something like that, or have some professionally only sports person, or you're working?
I'd love to say I only play cricket, but no, unfortunately I have to work as well. So with being at university, I work in a hospital.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a physiotherapy assistant in a hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I work as a strength and conditioning coach as well.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's I wish it was just cricket, but unfortunately we got to work, don't we?
No problem. And the point is, you for your team, you are a physiotherapist as well as strengthening conditioning coach.
No. So obviously with Italy, we have our own physio and strength and conditioning coach.
Uh-huh.
So this is all things that I do outside of cricket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is your family life?
Yeah, family life is good. It gets difficult in the sense of we don't live together. Obviously with me being in the UK, my parents being in here, and my brother and sister all over the world.
Okay.
We don't get to see each other that often, but obviously when we do, then we make the most of it, we always try and come to Italy as a group, as a unit, and then spend Christmas and stuff here with the family.
Uh-huh. So, matlab, this coming up is like Christmas is coming, so family unity will be there.
Yeah, so unfortunately my brother and sister aren't going to be here this year, but the rest of the family is here, yeah.
Definitely. So definitely.
Yeah.
Now tell me, JP, what are your, like, say, couple of years back afterwards, maybe down the line, 5 years or 10 years, where we would like to see JP?
I'll tell you what, obviously with the cricket and stuff, I'd love to play in some of the franchise leagues that are going around. But I know what I have to do anyway outside of that, and obviously I've got to score runs and do well, so I'm not banking on that. Obviously I'll apply for things, but further down the line, probably physiotherapist, because obviously that's what I'm studying to do. Physiotherapist, maybe even for the national side or wherever that might take me into sport. But I think for now, it'll be good to put Italy on the map. And I think my goal now is trying to put Italian cricket on the map going forward, and hopefully trying to qualify for the 2026 and 27 World Cup. I think that's a big boost for Italian cricket and just cricket in general, do you know what I mean? But I think definitely physio in the long run.
Physio, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Physio will help you, to have your livelihood also, as well as for the team also, you can work as a physio.
Yeah, exactly.
So continue
Exactly.
your cricket.
Yeah.
Right. Now, tell me one thing, JP. You are actually, as a batter, wicket-keeper batsman, which is your favorite stroke? Is it long off six or long off six, square cut, square drive? Which is your
favorite shot? I'll tell you what, I hit a slog sweep pretty well lately. That's coming out quite nicely. But I think favorite shot, or I'd say shots, is probably a cover drive and a pull.
Cover drive.
I think it's always been a cover drive since growing up, and I've always looked to score that way. Cover drive and a pull shot.
Cover drive, like copybook style cover drive, taking your left leg forward and then putting it down, or unless you are a righty or lefty.
No, I'm right-handed. Right-handed. So yeah,
you're taking your
forward,
left forward and then pushing the ball to the cover boundary for 4 runs.
Exactly, that's the
your
one.
favorite. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, is there any chance of coming out of Europe to our country, India or something like that, to see the matches, or are you following the Indian matches?
Yeah, I'd love to. I think that's definitely one place that I'd love to go. Even if I'm not playing, I think just experience the atmosphere, the culture, the food especially as well. But yeah, I'd love to. I think obviously we've got a good opportunity to do that, and obviously to play. So I think if I had the opportunity, then 100% I'd love to be able to come to India and play cricket. Yeah.
Whenever you are there, we are always welcome.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
We have like BCCI in India, Board of Cricket.
Yeah.
So do you have anything like that, or you have ICC, similar type of structure? How the structure is in Italy?
Yeah, so we obviously have Cricket Italy, so the federation.
Yeah.
So we have a whole board and a panel here as well. So obviously it won't be as big as the Indian one. But yeah, it's definitely something that's growing, and obviously that will grow the bigger cricket in Italy does get. But yes, we do have a panel. We've got a president, vice president, CEO, So yeah, there's things in
Structure
place.
is there. That means structure is there.
Yeah,
Structure is there.
yeah, structures here, which, and like I said, it's still growing.
Very, very, very nice to know that actually. And now,
Yeah.
tell me one thing, as your fans, what will be your message?
Um, don't let change stop you.
Fantastic.
Always push for greatness. Do the work behind the scenes, and obviously your goals will come to life.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
All right.
So nice. So nicely said. Very few, brief and very nicely said that.
Yeah.
Now, budding cricketers or budding, young children want to take up the game of cricket in Italy.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about
On
those children who would like to be a cricketer like you in Italy? What is your comment on that?
Yeah, I think it'll be awesome, if obviously we had more cricket in schools and stuff here, which I know they're trying to do. And I think my message would obviously be like, try it, try the sport. If you don't like it, then fair enough, but it's very rewarding. It's rewarding in many senses, obviously taking wickets, scoring runs, taking catches, but also you make the best friends. And the people that you meet along the way is second to none. Do you know what I mean? So I think try it. Obviously, if you don't try, you'll never know. But I can guarantee you, if you try it and you love it, you'll fall in love with it. So yeah, just go after it. Don't be scared.
Fantastic. I'm wondering actually, as a wicketkeeper, you have so many nice words to talk to. You're collecting so many words, your verbal power is so strong.
Yeah. We'll all the nice words are out here. Keep the sledging on the field, eh?
Fantastic. Now, tell me, how did the crowd support in Italy? When you play the matches, like in India, people are mad about cricket.
Yeah, of course.
What is the atmosphere there in Italy?
It's very different. The sense, obviously, you guys have stadiums, you guys have grounds. In Italy, we play on synthetic.
Okay.
So we don't have turf wickets in Italy.
Okay.
And there's no stadiums, it's just open. Obviously we had the qualifiers now, which got us into next year's qualifiers, but there were all locals that play cricket here, like generally in the local area, like we were in Rome, so those that played in Rome would come and watch. So it wasn't massive. It's completely different to what you'll get in India, but I think that's just exposure. I think exposure with the sport and with Italy in general, you know what I mean? It's because it's a sport that's growing. You're not going to get a lot of massive crowds. You're not. So I think it's that's important, is the exposure of cricket.
Maybe I think in the days to come or the years to come, Italy will be next India in cricket.
Well, I tell you what, if Italy can be the next India, we're doing something right now.
Fantastic. Now, JP, thanks for your time, and on my personal behalf as well as my channel behalf, wishing you all the best to you personally.
Thank you very much.
As well as your team. Let your team and you qualify in the next coming World Cup and T20 Championship in India and Sri Lanka. And we would like to see you scoring many more runs and catching those difficult catches as a wicketkeeper. All the best to you in your life.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate this, and it's been enjoyable. It's been good fun.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
All the best. So
You're
nice.
welcome. Cheers.
And thanks for time. That's very important.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
And let me wish you Merry Christmas in advance.
Likewise, yes. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
Have a good
also.
one.
Yeah, that's right. So nice. Express my gratitude to you and your team and your parents and your family members, everyone.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take care.